If you'd like to have access to all of my videos and worksheets, click on the link listed in the video description to access my shared Google Drive. They're all free. Subscribe to my channel so I can continue doing this work for free.
Clase, ¿te gusta? Means you like. And me gusta means I like. Clase, prefieres means prefer. You prefer. And prefiero means I prefer. Clase, yo. Necesito means I need. Yo. Now yo. Clase, piensa means think. Clase, yo. Pienso means I think. Clase, habla means speak. Clase, yo. Yo, I speak. Hablo means I speak. Clase, buen trabajo means good job. Clase, la semana escolar means la semana escolar means
weekend. The first 5 days of the week.
El fin de semana, la semana escolar. Clase, la semana escolar means
The weekday.
Clase, la semana escolar. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. La semana escolar means
Days of the week.
la semana escolar. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes.
5 days. 5 days?
What do we call that?
The week.
The school week. The school week, right? Because the school week is only 5 days. La semana is 7 days. So la whole, if you say la semana, that's like lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo. But if I only say el fin de semana, is what? What's el fin de semana? What days of the week?
Sábado, domingo.
But if I say la semana escolar, is what? No, la semana escolar. ¿Qué significa escolar? ¿Qué significa escolar? School. Escolar means school. Semana means week. So la semana escolar is what? The school week. Muy bien, clase. Okay. Who can tell me, and I need about 6 or 7. Around 6 minutes. Who can tell me one complete sentence in Spanish with all the stuff we've learned? Like whatever, you can use that vocabulary, the one from your Happy Pablo's chart. You can use this data, anything to give me a complete sentence. Just one sentence. Now you're not gonna tell me all this stuff, just one sentence. Mason.
¿Quién? Vienen.
Okay, ¿quién?
Oh no.
¿Quién mira? Okay, ¿quién mira?
I already messed up.
Good.
¿Quién prefieres la semana escolar?
Okay. ¿Quién prefiere la semana escolar? Muy bien, that's a complete sentence. It's a question, but it's not just one word. Who can tell me another sentence? You got this one?
Yes.
Okay,
I know
Mason.
what I was gonna say. Who prefieres miércoles?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I said quién.
Oh, ¿quién? Okay. Your brain went into like Spanglish. You say who prefiere. So it's but you didn't even know, right? Because you're just talking. That's good. So, ¿quién? What? Mason, ¿quién? Mason, ¿quién? What?
Prefieres
Prefiere, okay. Prefiere what?
miércoles.
Miércoles. Okay, that's a complete sentence. Número 3. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Connor.
Connor.
¿Quién prefiere martes?
¿Quién prefiere martes? Now, use the data. Because these are all questions. So let's use the data and see if you can make a sentence telling me like an answer to those questions. Alana,
Anella.
I was close.
It's not really an answer to those questions, but I was gonna say, pienso.
Pienso, and it's okay, it can be another one. Pienso,
Miren.
pienso, okay, miren,
El calendario. Chevere.
el,
Or
calen-
el calendario. Wait.
el
I messed up.
calendario.
It's pienso el calendario miren. Chevere.
Oh, pienso, okay. Anela, pienso que el calendario es chévere. Oh, pienso que el calendario es chévere. Punto. Pick me. Because it's a complete sentence. You gotta put that punto. Muy bien. Pienso que el calendario es chévere. This is like super
yeah,
hard
I came
for
up
me
with
to
that.
say. Because, you know, my fingers are like, and I can hear the pulse.
I can do it after I read.
Okay.
I can do this.
Número 5.
Oh, I was gonna answer.
Drew.
Wait, I forgot. So yo piensa,
Yo pienso
lunes
el lunes
es chévere.
es chévere. Okay? So I'm just gonna
En
put it.
punta.
Yo pienso que el lunes es chévere. Punto. Muy bien, punto. Muy bien. Yo, not you, but yo, pienso que el lunes es chévere. Wyatt, you got one? Katie?
I can answer one of the questions.
Okay. That can be number 6.
Okay, so number 2, I'll answer number 2.
So, ¿quién prefiere miércoles, Katie?
Wait.
¿Quién prefiere el miércoles?
7 personas prefieres miércoles.
7 personas prefieren miércoles. Muy bien. Ok, una más. Last one, una más. Una más. Let's do una más. You can use miren. You can use hablar o hablo. Mason.
¿Quién?
¿Quién? ¿Quién
¿Quién prefiere
¿Prefiere?
Augusto?
Oh my. Augusto.
¿Quién prefiere? ¿Agosto? ¿Quién prefiere agosto? Muy bien, Mason. ¿Quién prefiere agosto? Clase, un aplauso. Clase, esta clase es muy inteligente. Sí, clase, sí. Me gusta esta clase. Me gusta. Olivia, ¿te gusta esta clase? ¿Sí o no? Olivia. Olivia, right?
Yeah.
¿Te gusta esta clase? ¿Sí o no?
Sí.
¿Sí me gusta?
Yeah.
Sí. Okay, clase. You just wrote, and I'm gonna switch to English because I'm gonna teach you, and we're gonna move on to a lesson that is very important. So you just made 7 sentences in Spanish, all on your own. You did it with the stuff you learned last week. And that's amazing. Like, that was just a week. Now, does everyone here understand every single one of these sentences?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't understand one of them.
Which one?
Which one it is? Hold on.
Tori, which one?
Hold on. I don't know which one. I can't read it. I don't know which one.
Okay, I'm gonna read it, and then you tell me which one you don't understand.
All right.
And you can all help me read if you want to.
I got that one.
¿Quién prefiere la semana escolar?
¿Quién prefiere miércoles?
Good?
Yeah, I get those.
Okay.
I get that one.
Prefieres martes?
Okay, martes. Muy bien. No, we're all gonna now read it.
Yeah, we're gonna read
It's
them
close
all.
to last.
Just to
Pero no.
Pienso que el calendario es chévere. I get that one. Yo pienso que el lunes es chévere. 7 personas prefieren miércoles. I guess I do.
Oh, it's this one. No.
¿Quién prefiere agosto? I don't get that one.
Tori, which one you don't
The very
understand?
last.
You mean the simplest one? Augusto.
Tori.
I don't get it. I know
¿Quién?
that's August, but like I don't get it.
Who prefers August?
Not me.
Okay, but you understand what I mean.
Who prefers
You understand quién prefiere agosto.
Well, I really didn't understand that one. And then there was like something I guess you said that I thought you wrote down that I didn't understand, but now I just forgot what you said.
But everyone,
My bad.
everyone understood that.
Yeah.
Every one of you read that really good. Every one of you were able to come up with those complete sentences in English just after having 1 week, 1 full week of Spanish in my class. So that is really, really amazing. And that's all your brain. Like, your brain is speaking from the heart.
Speaks and the others was.
So what I'm gonna teach you is something that scientists and researchers called SL Gracias.
Gracias.
SLA. S stand for what do you think?
Spanish.
Second. It stands for second. What's L?
Second
language.
Language.
America.
And what's L? I mean A.
Augusto.
Do you say America?
Yeah.
It's actually acquisition.
What?
Accusation?
You're not buying a birthday party.
Second language acquisition theory. So this is how they say we acquire languages or we learn languages. So when we speak, when we truly speak, we are speaking from our hearts. Like right now, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not.
Can you make it say
I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say next or how I'm going to say that, or if I should say I first and then say I am going say no, it's I am going to. I'm not thinking that. I'm speaking from my heart. I'm just gonna share with you something and I'm speaking from my heart. So when you are speaking from your heart, you know, a language, that is when you have learned competence in that language. Competence in that language. That's what they call learned competence. I've learned it by being here and being surrounded by people who speak English, and I've learned competence. Now, people that learn languages, like the rules, they go to a class and they learn all these rules and the grammar rules, like all these rules that make a language. And they want to talk the language by all those rules. That is called acquired competence. They have acquired competence because competence because they have spent time. They have spent time in class or study all the rules, how they come together to make a language. So they have acquired that, and with time you can be able to speak a language and put things together. Now, when I came to this country in February 2000, it was really cold that day and it was snowing, which I come from Barranquilla, Colombia, which is like 100-degree weather all year. Never in my life seen snow. So I come here to St. Louis, landed here, and it was like 30 degrees. It was cold. It was snowing, and it was cold. And I come here, and I meet my husband's family, because I came here, and I'm gonna get married to my husband. And she comes to me, and they don't know Spanish. She comes to me, my mother-in-law, and she's like, "Hi, hi honey, I love you and welcome and all these things. And I was so excited to see her, and I wanted to talk English with her, and I'm like, I can do this. I took English in high school. I went like 5 years taking English in high school. I was an A+ student. I did all my tests, passed it with grades, with high grades. I knew how to conjugate all the verbs. I memorized all this list of vocabulary. I was good. I did flashcards, everything. See, I knew how to conjugate the verb to be really well. I could say, I am, you are, she is, he is, it is, we are, they are. I could also conjugate the verb to have. I have, you have, she has, he has, it has, we are, we have, they have, and so forth. I knew that, but at that moment, when I saw my mother-in-law and I wanted to talk to her, I was trying to put together all those rules that I learned in my English class in high school with all the vocab, to tell her all this stuff that was in my heart that I wanted to share with her. But I didn't have enough time, because when I wanted to say something, she had moved on to something else. And I'm like, wait, I was trying to put together how are you, and wait, you're moving too fast, and my mind and my brain is trying to remember all these rules that I learned, and I couldn't, because I had not learned competence. It was all rehearsed, it was all memorized rules that I did in my classroom, and that was not gonna help me speak the language. So in this class, you are going to learn how to speak the language through learned competence. And we are going to be using techniques that you experienced last week. What are some of the things we have used that has helped you learn and come up with all of these questions and sentences and all this stuff? So gestures. Okay. What else?
Hearing them more than once.
So lots of input. So what she just said, Anela, what she said, hearing it more than once. Hearing it more than once, that is called input. Like lots of inputs, like input, you're hearing it, you're hearing me talk. That's why the two most important things you have to do in my class to be able to pass this class and learn some Spanish is, everybody,
Listen with the intent to understand. Support the conversation.
so if you do those two things, you are gonna be able to learn some Spanish in this way. Not so much in this way, because we're not gonna be focusing on all these grammar rules. So, turn and tell somebody next to you what you've learned so far about the FLA theory. Now,
No, I got a gusto over
Cinco, cuatro, tres, dos, uno, cero. Tell me who has, so raise your hand if you have at home either a sibling or somebody in your home, or a niece, nephew, a little friend, or maybe your mom has, a friend that has a kid ages 1 through like 4 or something, 1 through 5.
Oh, so they have to be like ages 1 through 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so first, with that. True. Okay, so tell me who is the sibling? Who has the sibling?
I have a cousin.
Okay, but tell me who has a sibling between those ages. Nobody? Okay, tell me about how old is your
I have twin sisters.
twin sisters. How old are they?
5.
5. And do they speak really good English?
Yes.
Okay, how do they learn? Or they're still learning some?
Yeah, they're in kindergarten. They have sight words that they have to practice and put into sentences.
Okay, very good. Who else?
I have a 4-year-old brother and a 3-year-old brother.
So you have a 3 and a 4-year-old. Okay, so your 3-year-old, how is he learning English?
He's mostly just listening to us older kids and our parents.
So how are you guys, do you guys have any gestures? Well, I guess he's older, but do you guys have any gestures? Like, you know how little kids when they want more, they go like, is that more?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I feel like this.
What is that?
It's more.
Oh, so her family, she goes down more. Anyone does something besides this and this for more. For like, when you're talking to little kids. Turn around. Feet facing this way. Tori.
I have like a nephew, but he basically like lives with us.
And how old is he?
He's 3.
He's-
Or like he's turning 3.
He's turning 3. He's turning 3. Does anyone would you switch with them? Cole? Does anyone has ever seen little kids when they like when they are calling somebody they go like this? Like little kids?
Yes.
When they're coming, like talking to somebody, or like they want somebody to come, they go like this. They go like this, okay. How about the ones that rub their belly when they say, "Are you hungry?" Like, "Are you hungry?" And they like mom rubs the belly, huh? So they say that. Anything else? I mean,
Well, my baby cousin, he does this when he's hungry. Give me food.
okay. So how old is he? How old is he?
He's, I think he's turning 2.
Okay, so this is how he does. But I'm sure he doesn't know how to say like give me food. He's just like he probably said like food or something, right? Katie?
My little cousin, she's like 7 or 8, and she doesn't use her words. She'll like grab if she wants her mom. She's little, but she's like 7 or 8.
Right.
And she'll like want her mom to pick her up, so she'll like do one of these.
She does this, so that means like pick me up, pick me up. Okay. Okay. So what else? Anything else you have noticed? So like you know how some parents teach their kids like thank you is like this, like a sign language, like little kids. Thank you. And they teach their babies. I have a friend who taught that to the little kids like thank you. Is that thank you in sign language?
No.
Which one is this one?
That is nowhere close to something
So-
good. Bluemel.
Okay, so
bad word.
Thank you.
oh, that's a bad word.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
So which one? Oh, that's what I meant. So this one is thank you. This one is thank you. So see, I don't know that gesture, but I knew it was something related to that. So if you teach your
I
little,
think this is like, thank you.
This is the.
if you teach like a little kid when they wanna say something, you're like thank you, thank you. Is he gonna learn when you do that? And then he's gonna associate that gesture with what?
Thank you.
Thank you. Is it like this?
My sister, she starts off with like easy words, and she teaches like them at age 1. So she starts off with teaching them how to say their names.
Okay.
That's how my parents did. They always taught us. They first taught us our names, so like made us write down our name, and then they did like the rest of the words. It doesn't work.
Anela?
When you're like doing this, I feel like it mostly helps like little kids. So like it's like directing them to your mouth so they can see like the movement.
Very good. Yeah. So in this class, you are going to learn a lot like that, like little kids we learn when we're little. We learn through gestures, right? Whether it's this one or whatever, or bye, if you wave and the little kid, you say bye and the little kid waves or whatever. So we're gonna use gestures. You're gonna hear a lot of input or a lot of Spanish. So in this class, you are not going to be graded based on how you, on a final test, of all these grammar rules and this vocabulary that you gotta translate. It's gonna be based on, remember what you went home and you signed, the interpersonal communication skill rubric, which is what? Which is what? The two things you gotta do.
Listen
Oh,
with the intent to understand.
And support the flow of conversation.
So these are the two things you're gonna be graded in my class, and what you're gonna do in my class. You're gonna do a lot of listening, and you're gonna support the flow of conversation. When I ask you to write, to come up with sentences, to contribute, and then you are gonna be also reading. Okay, that's what you're gonna be basically based on grade on in my class. Okay, now we do have something on our weekly packet that we do, and there's a part for people who like grammar rules and like to pay attention to those things that are called notes on the language. So in this section, you will get to write those things, those rules that you notice, like, oh, in Spanish, like people, thank you. In Spanish, people put the adjective after the noun. Like they say the apple red. They don't say the red apple. Things like that. Or in Spanish, we say you prefer, prefiere, but if I want to talk about I prefer, they say prefiero. So then it changes to an O. So like pretty much when I'm talking about yo or I, the verb is gonna end in an O. Like you write all those things there that you notice. But I'm not gonna be like teaching you how to conjugate, and we're gonna rehearse the verb hablar, which is yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, ella habla, nosotros hablamos, ellos hablan, ustedes hablan, vosotros habláis. That's like all the rules of conjugating. Have you guys ever heard that?
No.
In other classes? Those are like rules that they teach. And you can like be really good at that and memorize that, but you will forget it. So instead, we're gonna make sentences about the stuff we like to do and we prefer, and we're just gonna talk about it. And your brain, as you use it a lot in here, is gonna make the rules. So your brain will make the rules, but first you're gonna be speaking, because you're gonna be saying the things you like from your heart. And the more you speak, the learner is gonna be creating those rules. I'm not gonna give you all those rules. Okay, so what we are going to do is you're gonna create a brochure of how second language acquisition, that's a big term, but you can say how we learn another language.
Is it accusation?
Acquisition, like acquire, like when you acquire the acquisition.
Acquisition.
Acquisition. So you are going to make a brochure of how people learn a second language. You can put the title SLA if you want to, which is Second Language Acquisition Theory. Acquisition comes from acquire, like learn a language. And you can pick any color you want, and you know how we fold the brochure. If you need help, I'll help you, not fold it for you. So just fold it in 3 halves. And this is not homework. We're gonna be doing this in class. But you can take it home, and if you're like on your free time, you're like, I'm really bored. I think I wanna work on my brochure of how we acquired another language. Hey, you're welcome to do that at home. but we're gonna be working in class. So you are gonna start today. We are going to, and if you don't have time to do the whole thing, at least you will have time to pick the color you want and fold it like this, and then we'll start working on it tomorrow. So go ahead and pick one, and then you'll do it. And this one is free for anyone that wants it.
Prepárate. Let me see you jump.